all the guns, all the assault rifles are really hard to tell apart because they all fire very much the same.
Yeah, a friend of mine was telling me this specifically today. I said, did you get to do COD Blackout? He goes, fuck no. And I go, why? He's like, the guns are all the same.
I mean, he's not that far off. And welcome back to another episode of the Emergent Gamer Podcast, episode 185. I always say that as a question.
Yeah, you had some trepidation.
Yeah. I mean, who can remember all these?
You were like worried. You were like
185 in. I'm Neo Yoshi, and
I'm Felix Hergood.
You're Felix Hergood.
Uh-huh.
Good to have you.
Yeah, it's
in your studio.
Whoa, it's true. Whoa, a pair of lonesome ones who were meant to be a duo.
Oh my God, Five Goes West or American Tail.
Yeah.
That's American Tail.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I was like, oh my God, this song.
I know it.
Wow.
It was like sticking in my head. Every single time we do a duo, I think of that.
Oh my God.
We're a duo. It's true.
You should put that at the end of the episode.
Dude, I stopped doing that for the
I know. You
time
haven't done that.
On the longest time on episodes, I was like, because we are sponsored by
the OG
podcast,
Podcast.
a part of the OG Podcast Network.
That is true.
So prior to us joining OG Podcast Network, I made a conscious decision to not, put stuff that we don't own into our episodes. But like a good majority, you go back 100 episodes, which is about how far our episodes go back on.
You used to put all kinds of stuff at the end.
Yeah, I was putting in like clips of people on YouTube and like fucking like from their YouTube channels, like crazy shit that people were saying, and like I was putting clips from movies and all kinds of shit. And then I was like, yeah, I mean, legally, we're a podcast that's making commentary on things, but like if somebody wanted to go after us, they probably could because they would have more power.
They would just put a strike on our.
Yeah, like something.
They would have it removed, and then all you would do is just remove that and then re-upload it. I guess you would have to do.
Yeah, so, I mean, I just decided that, what would be better if we just bookend the show with a clip that opens from the show.
Which is also good.
Which is always like a preview to what you're going to hear, and then end it with some outtake bullshit like that we did in the beginning.
Always good.
And that's why, like, the pre-show is, like, valuable to me in the editing process. So I can find some random bullshit we were talking about that's just funny.
I'm gonna go say Fievel, An American Tail.
No, but that's officially a part of the episode.
Yeah,
so I don't need to do that.
They're gonna strike it for your voice.
Oh, you're saying they're gonna strike it because I already sang.
Because you already sang it. No, I think you're fine.
I did a public performance and didn't ask permission.
No, you did not.
Fievel's gonna fucking come and hunt me down and stab me in my sleep.
Jesus Christ. Well, he is in the next Red Dead game because he did go west. Anyway, speaking of Red Dead, what video games are you enjoying, or any tales you would like to tell?
No, I'm on like a push, man. Like I'm on a push to.
You're trying to finish Assassin's Creed Odyssey before Red Dead? Are you doing that?
Oh, hell no.
Okay, that doesn't seem like your style. That doesn't because it seems like you're gonna eat up this game over the next year.
It's not even possible anytime soon to finish Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It is probably one of the more complex fucking games I've played.
Origins overwhelmed me.
Origins is just overwhelming, but it's a breeze.
Is it? So this is just
this game is complex on every difficulty. I can't even believe the people out there like Cryptic Vantage.
Yeah,
he's making the active choice to play it on Nightmare mode. He's out of his motherfucking mind.
That sounds like what you do when you're like a masochist at that point.
Right. Well, I've done it, but and I played Nightmare mode on Origins, but Nightmare mode on Origins was 100% manageable. It's manageable shit. Mm-hmm. Like you can figure out your gear sets and then load it up, and then you're doing all this crazy damage. But now with the speculative possible issue of them wanting to make money in their store,
right?
Right. now it's clear that if you want to play this game, you got to play it. You got to like pay attention to what gear sets you have on. You have to like if you want. What I'm saying is,
if you got is it like enemies resistant to like fire stuff or whatever, or they're more easy to damage of that?
No, the game.
Yeah. How does it balance its gear? How does it? What's going on with the gear?
The game does the auto scaling that we talked about in our previous episode. It's confirmed. Mm-hmm. I'm now level 22.
Cool.
I have played for 33 hours. I played the game for 33 hours, and I'm level 22. So that's not bad if you really think about it.
How far in the overall story do you think you are?
Okay. This is fucking. There's 2 people I know, another friend of mine, all the way across the other side of the map. Like, he played it, dug right into the story, got into all the shit, and really went forward. I never left Megaris, the first major city you get to.
You're still there.
I never left. I'm literally in a suburb of Megaris. I have done so many Radiant quests. I have turned the tide of the political balance in Megaris 15 times to my advantage by murdering the leader.
City dynamic is like a part of it.
It's a huge dynamic. So there's a bounty that I pull from time to time, right? That gives me. So I figured out that there's gold bounties that give you gold XP level, like the maximum potential XP that you can get if you do this bounty. Mm-hmm. And then there's some rare ones which are not as high. They're blue.
Okay.
And then I think there might even be common ones. The common ones are shittiest, right? So, and you get less weapons and stuff like that. So I figured out that if I pull the gold ones, I get 5,000 XP every time I complete one. So an example of one of these types of bounties that's really cool is kill a leader from Sparta or kill a leader from Athens. So there's one way to do this where you can go like around the map and find new cities and get to know the cities, or the way I did it, which is do it in one city. Just keep killing the guy, upset the balance of power, fight a battle, align with whatever side you need to put in power. Mm-hmm. This simulates like how I imagine it functioned then, like so well. Like the fact that you can completely say, okay, I have to get this reward. You know, back then it could be some kind of like gold chest or some kind of like, I'm talking about like in real.
You're saying like real people were doing. This is what people were doing.
This is what people would
fucking
Greece. Do in ancient Greece. They would basically say, we need this territory of land. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So we need to put in power a puppet leader that can assist. I'm doing that. That's what I'm doing in this game.
You're installing.
I'm installing
dark governments.
I'm installing my own dark fucking puppet government in order to get my. And I've been doing it in the city of Megaris has gone through so much murder and death because of me being there.
Holy shit!
And I
you are the harbinger of change,
right? I didn't think, like, I wish the game had a thing where that impacted the world more, you know.
But it's really just like it's centralized.
It's really just this one place where I'm trying to. But like,
well, you must continue your journey outwards. And then
I just started.
Yeah.
So I did start like moving, like I'm starting to collect things on the map and checking out bandit camps. They're outside of town and shit like that. But like I just started at level 22 doing that.
Yeah.
But I got caught up in doing, and the other thing that's amazing, how many of these quests they have. Mm-hmm. Like there's so many of them. Like I never had a repeat.
And they're all unique in their own way.
They're all unique.
They're not like the same, but kind of different.
No, like sometimes that's rare, but it's still a different person, and I got to go to a different location, and I got to get a different thing. The only one that repeats itself is I get these bandit quests where I got to assassinate a bandit, and I get this other one where I have to assassinate an Athenian, or another one where I have to assassinate a Spartan.
It's like you're playing an MMO, but without the M part.
Yeah,
it's just a massive
no other people, but it's structured and plays
RPG.
Right. So going back to what I was saying originally about how so going back to the point that we originally thought, oh my God, they made it more grindy so that you buy stuff.
Right.
Okay. No, they made it more grindy to make it a game. and make it fun.
Thinking about what we did say last week, I believe it was either Flower or Snacks. They one of them said this, where they were like, well, it's like a JRPG where people can sit in their game and play the combat for hours to grind out their characters. And I mean, I thought about that over the past week, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? You're kind of right. If you play it like a JRPG, you're putting in the same exact amount of time these JRPGs have.
But I really don't think that I'm falling under the level of what I'm fighting.
You're probably
I'm too ahead.
skirting. Okay.
I'm always too ahead.
That's good.
So I'm 22 and all the enemies I'm fighting are at most 23, but I went into an area that ranges 21 to 23.
Wow.
So I'm level 22, so I'm right in the middle of the area. So sometimes I got to fight a level 23 character. But get this, dude, when I started pushing everything, so I've been pushing every piece of gear to mainly assassin. There's 3 builds you can do. You can do a warrior build, a hunter build, or an assassin build. Hunter's range, warrior's melee, and assassin
stealth.
is just killing people with stealth. So I put everything. If I get a piece of gear, and it gives me negative on stealth, I break it down. I take the materials for it.
You use stealth.
I don't care what it looks like. I don't care how cool it is.
What do you like? What do you prefer? What style?
Stealth.
Stealth. Okay.
I put it all into stealth, and then the gravy.
Okay, so that answers my earlier question. How does the gear affect how you play?
Oh, it 100%.
So when you're getting gear, you're stacking stealth, or you're stacking
right.
Like what stats on these pieces of gear that are you looking for?
So I'm looking for on average 100 to 200 more damage points.
Okay, so damage is one
to assassin.
To assassin.
If I can
specifically, it'll say damage to assassin.
Yeah, it'll say green up assassin. So the points will go up.
Yeah.
And if the other ones go down, if warrior goes down, hunter goes down, I don't give a fuck. I put it into assassin. I'm now doing, if I go in and I take out a base silently, I'm doing 30,000 damage per kill.
So that's how you're playing.
Right. And
anyone else could just go, okay, I'm a warrior, and I'm going to go in and just start fighting everyone, just like straight up brawling.
But if you're going to do that, put it all into melee.
Right. No,
make
that's
sure
what I'm
every
saying.
piece
Someone else
your
could do
melee.
that.
Yeah. And that, in fact, that's what Cryptic Vantage is doing. So Cryptic Vantage,
he's a straight up brawler.
He unlocked it. It's called Rush Attack, which rushes you through like a bunch of dudes and knocks them all over. And then the kick,
Spartan kick.
I started throwing that kick minute 1 in the game. It was the only thing I unlocked. Missed a bunch of times and died, and said, "Fuck that kick! I'm never doing it again."
It's funny because I was listening to other people talk about it in another podcast, and they were like, "Once I got that kick, I was fucking kicking people off everywhere. That's how I was ending my fights, kicking them off."
Okay, well, you're listening to a different play style because
so
I tried
funny.
to kick people, and that kick is linear.
Yeah.
And when 2 guys flank you and stab you to death, then you give up on that kick, like in 2 seconds.
Damn.
That's I gave up on that fucking kick like minute 1. But these 2 things that I do, it's crazy. It's completely unorthodox from what I've seen people do. I assassinate, and if I can't, I use my rollback. You can hold down this button to roll farther back, and then I immediately pull out range and I headshot assassinate people.
Nice.
And that's how I play. I've unlocked poison arrows, flame arrows, explosive arrows, paralysis arrows. I've upgraded the damage of my arrows to 40% beyond what my basic 100.
So you
combine
your stealth and your ranged attacks.
Yes.
That's cool.
So if I can't kill somebody by getting close to them, I will sit back and assassinate them with my overpowered shot, which by the way, explodes when it hits them.
You're like the Agent 47 of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. So I'm like, that's how I'm playing the game, and it's so much more rewarding for me because I can be like super assassin. It's fucking great.
Nice.
I love it.
Is there any other final words?
I don't think there's much more to talk about. I'll keep updating the progress because now I'm going to start playing like more story shit.
Cool.
As I get close. I think the level cap's 50. So I'm coming up on halfway. So I enjoy it. But Red Dead's coming.
As they say in Westeros, Red Dead is coming.
And there are things that the old Red Dead, the 2010 Red Dead do. Because I'm currently...
you're playing that too.
This week I'm just doing Red Dead. So what I wanted to talk to you about, and I wanted you to get your opinion, I've decided a new strategy for playing games. I was doing a 4-game rotation.
Okay.
And I was playing each game 2 days in a row.
Okay.
2 streams in a row, meaning like if I had a stream on Wednesday and a stream on Friday or Thursday or whatever, it would be like, it would, like if I didn't do a stream for a week, the next stream would be that game again.
Mm-hmm.
So if I played it one day and then I didn't do a stream for a week, the next stream would be that game again. So that's how I was doing it, like 2 and 2 and 2 and 2. And now I'm going to do 1 game for a week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only going to do 2 games at a time, and I'm going to do 1 game for a whole week. Well, when I say a whole week, I mean whatever days I stream that week.
Right. You mean a stream week.
So a stream week, 1 day a stream week, and 1 game a stream week, 1 game the next stream week.
Gotcha.
And then I'm going to alternate between new Assassin's Creed and new Red Dead.
And that's all you'll be playing for that stream week?
That's all what I will be playing probably for the rest of the fall.
Interesting. How are you going to fit Fallout into this?
Fallout is going to be a special event game anyway, because it's a multiplayer.
And where does Elder Scrolls Online fit in?
Oh, that's just something I'm going to get back to later.
Did you bench it?
Yeah, I mean, I got to bank up money to get my bank. Like, I'm trying to build up money right now from my free currency I get.
Yep.
So that I can buy a banker that comes with me and a merchant who comes with me wherever I go.
Nice. Huh.
So I can take care of my transactions when I'm out, like in the vault, in the dungeons.
Very cool.
Yeah. So I'm okay with that. But I did want to tell you I got real grindy in that too.
Yeah. Easy to do.
No, I mean, I found an app called the ESO app that tells me where all of the collectibles are on the map.
You mentioned this
Did
before.
I mention this?
Yeah, you mentioned this before. So it makes your farming for goodies easily. Yeah.
It's so much fun, and I feel like I can go back to that whenever. Just pick up the ESO app, see where I was last, and
start
just be
earning
like,
stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I'm ready to go again. But cool. So I'm putting it. That's just kind of on hold for now until I can get back into it. But I've been playing it solo with no one.
Oh, and
I love it solo.
I was gonna say, did you miss? Everyone else must be playing the fall games coming out.
Well, they're playing. Yeah, they're playing other shit. But I'm fine with playing ESO solo.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Weird. Do you ever do WoW solo or Final Fantasy 14 solo?
Yeah, I do. But I've always had like a group of people I'd be playing with. Like I always had someone on to like most of the time. Sure, I'd be playing by myself, but there would always be someone in my clan chat ready to do something.
Yeah, I'm a dick. Most of the times I go live, I don't even reveal that I'm live. I don't even reveal that I'm online.
That's fine. You're allowed to do that.
That's
why Steam added an invisible feature.
So, yeah, they all did.
Yeah, and Sony does. Yeah, they all do that. Yeah.
Anyway, what have you been doing?
So this weekend, of course, I'm playing Destiny. We finished the raid.
I heard
this past weekend.
I wanted to get your thoughts on how was the raid.
The raids was fun as shit, and it felt really good to finish it. I don't know if I should reveal this on the show, but we kind of cheesed it at the last boss.
Destiny's all about the cheese, bro.
I know, and we decided. I don't know how we came. Like, I think eventually everyone was just like, "Fine, let's just do it," because the final boss of that raid is crazy complicated. I want to say it is a complex, multi-stage. You got to do this. You got to do this. I'm not going to go through each step here, but like it's a very complicated thing. And then once that part is done, they give you another checkpoint, and then you got to do the second part of the boss fight. It's like a multi-part final boss fight.
I mean, it's similar to the King's Fall raid, which you never did, right?
No. Yeah, and like the second part or the first part ends with a jumping puzzle. Like you're fighting, and then you're bringing down his health and whatever, and you're doing this like rotation, and then you're in a jumping puzzle in another dimension, and then once you finish that, you're in another section of fighting. It was crazy.
Yeah, so fighting whatever the fucking big dick was in the King's Fall raid. There was like 5 parts in that.
Wow, that sounds insane.
King's Fall raid is the last raid that I completed.
Damn, I think I only did Vaulted Glass. I think. No. I did Crota. I did the Crota one.
Yeah, I did. We were in a cheese fest with Crota at one point because you could like
that
cheat
sword
it.
Thing. Yeah,
there was a way to cheat it and freeze them and shit or something.
Yeah. So anyway, that's Destiny. Currently this week there's a whole bunch of festivals and events going on, like the Halloween thing and.
What's the Halloween thing?
There's like a Halloween event you can do to earn special Halloween goodies
in Destiny.
Yeah. And Iron Banner's back, and this
the banner.
Yeah. So and. This is week 3 of the Dreaming City's current time rotation. So it has a 3-week rotation, the Dreaming City, which is the end game area. So That means on week 3 you can do this Nightmare Strike, which is, I don't know what it's called. It's called Corrupted something. I don't know. I never remember these names.
Yeah.
But it's only available during the 3rd week rotation, and it's like a level 590, like 580, 590 light requirement to like do this. And also in Gambit, there is a special quest that drops that everyone's kind of, going crazy over, but it only drops from, how Gambit works?
No.
So Gambit is a PvEVP.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
you're fighting other people, but
no,
then...
you're fighting like enemies, like environment enemies, and the other players, the other team are also fighting enemies in their own area, their own blocked off area. And
you guys don't kill each other.
You don't kill each other until there's the P element comes in. So you're running around collecting these motes, and you bank them in your center console. And then once you get 75 motes, you unleash your prime evil, which it's a boss you have to kill, and you got to do this before the other team. But every so often, your portal can open up, and you can invade the other player's arena, and you can stop them from banking motes. You can stop them from killing the primeval. So it's a way to disrupt the enemies. Really fun game mode. It's really cool. I want to say it's only really fun when you have a team of people that that can coordinate, because it requires a lot of like mote coordination. And once you bank motes, it sends tough enemies to the other side to guard their bank area.
Cool.
So there's one primeval boss that it's a really rare spawn. It's a special boss. And when you kill this boss, it drops the exotic quest for the Maleficence gunner. I'm totally saying that wrong.
Don't even
It's a hand cannon. It's a special hand cannon.
Sounds
exotic.
Cool.
And during week 3 of this Dreaming City encounter, this rotation of time, its spawn rate becomes equal to the other primevals, I believe.
Okay.
So you have an infinite better chance of doing this if you just play Gambit for a day. So that's something I want to do. They want to hop back in the raid this week, but all this other stuff is going on, and we finished the raid. Like, we can go in there and get better gear and get more gun and go for more weapons, but I don't know.
You can also get that from Iron Banner too, though, right?
Right.
Because Iron Banner is...
Anything you do in the game is going to get you better stuff, but raid has the raid guns, the raid weapons.
No, but I always remember Iron Banner and the raid...
Where the best armor came, the best stuff came from.
Where your end game gear dropped.
Yeah.
And is that still true of Iron
No,
Banner?
they've reconstructed Destiny 2 a little bit. So powerful engrams will constantly be bumping. You'll constantly be getting a slight boost over any item in the game. It'll just slowly lift you up. It may not be the piece you want.
Where do the powerful engrams drop?
From the milestones around the world. So specific milestones will give them to you. There are certain bounties that will give them to you.
So in Iron Banner, there's milestones, and if you complete them, you get some powerful engrams.
You will do it. It will still happen regardless. It will still happen regardless, and you'll get the special armor. I think it's really just about the armor set that you get from it. Mm-hmm. You're collecting the set. You're collecting the weapons. Or hoping the weapons you're gonna get some cool rolls on them, which is what it's all about now. It's all about getting those god rolls.
Getting the god roll.
Yeah, and I've also been playing Blackout.
Yeah, tell me about that. I heard it
caved.
came out.
I caved, and I got it.
I went into fucking Walmart.
Was it advertised everywhere?
My God.
Were they overblowing it?
What's the deal with like fucking Call of Duty and Walmart? Do they just like think
company
that, like,
deals? It's
Do they think like more people in Walmarts are going to play Call of Duty?
It's where parents go, oh, that's the Call of Duty game. I'm gonna get that for my kid this holiday. That's all. It's just marketing.
You think so?
Yeah, why not? Yeah. I haven't bought a Call of Duty in years,
and
since
bought
Ghost.
This.
And I bought this.
This wasn't gifted to you.
This was not gifted to me. I got
I thought you were saying somebody in your stream was going to gift it to you.
No. One of the guys in my stream gave me a link for like a $10 off code for it, so I did that. It's fine.
Okay, yeah, so it wasn't free.
No,
you
it
got
wasn't
a $10
free.
off.
It's got $10 off. And I've mainly been playing the Blackout mode, but it has its regular multiplayer Call of Duty mode, and it has zombies mode, which is apparently really in depth. I haven't touched zombies yet, which I'm going to eventually. I promise I will play zombies. And I did like 3 rounds of the normal multiplayer. It's Call of Duty multiplayer. It's if you played Modern Warfare, between Modern Warfare and Ghosts, you've played this. Like you're familiar with that. Only thing that isn't familiar are the guns. They're all like weird sci-fi. They're like real guns, but they're like they got like weird designs and sci-fi names. It's very strange. I've been out of the COD for a while, so I didn't know this was the thing. I thought they were gonna be like real guns. Doesn't matter. Blackout though, that's their battle royale.
Is that good?
Yes, it's very good. I like it a lot.
It's very good.
It's very good. A week ago, I went back and played PUBG more, and let me tell you, the game still hasn't aged well at all.
So PUBG looks like shit, and COD Blackout is in.
COD Blackout is in, but here's the thing: it's a high price point, $60 if you want to play this battle royale mode. Kind of steep compared to the $30 or the price tag of nothing of Fortnite. So
how do they manufacture the circle bubble?
It's just
a square.
It's a circle. It's just a big circle. It's literally PUBG, but with COD mechanics and guns.
What in COD locations? Like, what's the location?
So
of the
way
maps?
they put the map together is they've taken famous locations from multiplayer history, and they've kind of like
multiplayer COD history.
COD history, yes, and like Nuketown.
They got Nuketown.
They got the Array. These are all places I've recognized from the past. Like Nuketown, I've definitely played.
Yeah.
And you see the map. They're just like they're high profile areas throughout.
I played
the map.
Get this. I played Nuketown recently in Far Cry 5.
Oh, somebody
recreated Nuketown.
That's
in
hilarious.
Far Cry 5's online multiplayer.
That's so funny. But there's so many good things about this game mode. You get a squirrel suit. So diving is very fun and very fast, and you're very agile.
A squirrel suit?
Yeah, like a flying wingsuit, like a wingsuit.
Oh god,
on your character.
It's one of those wingsuit games.
Kinda. You can't use it all. Once you're on the ground,
You
you're
run
on the
on
ground.
walls and shit.
No, you can't do that. It's very much grounded in some kind of realism. I use that very loosely because the guns are all super accurate. The recoil is very. Like you play Battlefield, the guns have they kick differently.
I play Battlefield 1. I miss every time.
Yeah, but like you recognize the guns kick differently.
Yeah,
and like that's like a good defining feature of a gun and why you would use it or why you would or wouldn't use. All the assault rifles are really hard to tell apart because they all fire very much the same.
Yeah, a friend of mine was telling me this specifically today. I said, "Did you get to do COD Blackout?" He goes, "Fuck no." And I go, why? He's like, the guns are all the same.
I mean, he's not that far off. There is looting, and you are equipping attachments to your guns, but I don't know to what end they make it better or worse. But I don't know. Time to kill is longer on people, so you don't get that realism of the headshot, one hit headshot. Sometimes you do. I don't know. It's really hard to tell right now. Either way, I've already won a match. Like I've already won a solo game. Yeah, I tweeted about it and everything.
Wait, you got a chicken dinner?
Yeah, I think they just call it Victory Royale or something. I don't know.
It's something else.
It's something. I'd have to look at the image.
It's called a prime rib meal.
Prime rib meal. You did it. Yeehaw! Call of Duty.
You got prime rib playing Call of Duty.
No, but it's good because it's well optimized. It's smooth.
Right.
The experience feels great. Your characters, while they move really fast and the head bob is out of control, like you're literally you're just like going crazy. But
this was a genre destined to be exploited by this company.
it was a whole year in the making. Yeah, I mean we saw this coming, but they had this foundation.
They were like, give us a minute, mic drop.
Did it, nailed it. I mean, but Activision, they have this franchise and this engine and this game that performs at a very like crisp level. Like it just runs really well. And all they did were like, okay, can we scale it up? Can we go from what is it, 8, 12 players or whatever a match? Can we get 80 to 100 players in a map? I don't know. Let's try and do it. And they scaled it perfectly. And they created a large environment to like run around in. There's vehicles.
So how many people in a map?
Between 80 to 100 sometimes, I think.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Which is PUBG.
That is PUBG. Yeah.
PUBG does that. But like for Call of Duty to just be like, got this in a year. After the PUBG blew up last year, you know
crazy.
what I mean? It's cool.
So you think they're like the PUBG servers are starting to vanish?
Now, I did see an article.
Oh,
and because that was my first question.
Yeah.
I was like, is this like, are people just going to like abandon PUBG because they just can't, they're tired of the bugs and they're tired of whatever?
Yeah.
And the answer is no, apparently. according to this one article I saw like a day or two ago. They were like, no, they're not losing numbers to Call of Duty. Call of Duty is going to do Call of Duty numbers, and it's going to. I don't know. I don't know that
they're not losing numbers to Call of Duty, but they're still getting their ass wiped by Fortnite.
Yes, yes. I think we need to wait another week or two to see or we gotta see the legs on this. Like if it's gonna keep going, or if next year what Activision does with the Call of Duty franchise, if they're gonna do another battle royale. I don't know. We'll see. One thing
we got Battlefield 5's Battle Royale.
We haven't seen that really yet.
No.
Have we? Yeah, it's like another month and a half away.
It wasn't available in the
beta.
The beta I played.
Dude, I gotta tell you, that Call of Duty beta, smoothest beta I've ever played. It was a very polished game, and I could not believe how polished it seems. It seemed at the time of beta, which is cool. It's going to make a fun game.
What do they call it when it's like? Is it called a gold alpha or
Gold Master? Is the copy they print on discs. It's like this is the done version of the game.
They were like,
but that doesn't mean anything anymore because there's day one patches. So
what I'm saying, they were like that beta. We just want to let you know its code nickname is
Gold Master.
Gold Master.
It's funny you say that because that is a running joke with like all these betas, because they're not really betas. They're just showing you a build that they're going, okay, this is what we want the game to be. They've already moved past the beta stage at that point, but that's like they're like glorified demos. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's all they are. Time demos.
Well, because they don't do demos anymore. Remember they did demos?
Yeah, they
demos
stopped.
were amazing.
Demos didn't help sales.
I got like
That's
my
why.
What did I get? I got my original PlayStation, and it had like
the demo disc.
6 demos that came on that demo disc.
That was because I want to say there was no digital store, and there was no. You didn't get as many games. We get so many games now.
I bought a game from what was on one of the original demo. The original demo I got. I don't remember what games I originally bought with it, but I got this demo. And on there was this game called Battle Arena Toshinden.
I know that game.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's like an awesome fighting game.
Yeah, it was, because they had swords and shit.
Yeah.
It was so cool. So I played, you could only have access to like 1 or 2 characters on the demo. Maybe even like 2. Like you pick from 2.
Okay.
And you could do like one match.
I know exactly what demo disc you're talking about.
And I fucking played that and was so in love with that game that I went right the fuck out and bought it.
Wow.
I went out and bought. So that demo
sold
did
you the game.
Service to fucking Sony that year.
Damn.
Got me to go out and buy Battle Arena Toshinden, motherfuckers.
So, final thoughts on Blackout.
Yeah.
One gripe I have, and positive, it's both. The looting system.
The loot box system?
No. Not this week, people. Not this week.
Not this week. He laid off of Assassin's Creed on the loot boxes.
Hey man, let people love what they love. That's also my motto. Don't fuck people, but
like
also
I said,
don't let people love what they love.
By the way, I told you there's titty armor that I'm going to buy in the.
You did. You said you weren't going to bring
Creed
it up
store.
on the show, but you did anyway. You just wanted to. Okay.
Titty armor.
He wants that sweet titty armor.
I'm going to go get.
All right.
The titty
So
armor
final thoughts on Blackout.
$5.
Jesus Christ.
Go ahead.
Final thoughts on Blackout. The looting system, pros and cons. It's fast, and it just like if whatever gun you're holding and you see a part on the ground, it's just you can instantly just swap that part.
Do you hit a button or you walk over it?
You hit a button. Oh. So you walk over it and you hit and usually if you're holding a gun that can take that part, it'll just equip it. You don't have to go in your menu into your inventory. It'll just put it right in your gun, or you can swap it for the part on the ground if you have another part on the ground you want to swap with, or you can just stick it in your inventory. But it's very apparent that from the inventory interface is a negative. I say it's very much designed for a controller.
Oh, and not
for a PC interface. Although
you're playing on a PC,
playing on PC mouse and keyboard, and although the game does a lot of things very PC friendly, like graphic settings, certain things in that nature, interface stuff, but for whatever reason, I guess just to accommodate the console base. Just having that unified interface.
That's where they got their start, right?
I mean that's where they make their
money.
No,
they didn't they make their start. They got the fucking the original Call of Duty. I think came out on PC.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
No, but their player base, their main player base is consoles.
Consoles, yeah.
For sure, 100%.
But I that's the same.
Same
business approach as Rockstar.
Yeah, of course.
They do not care about the
Rockstar figured out they can wait and delay releases, and they can make a lot of money.
Yeah.
They can make all the money.
They just smack the PC players' balls on the table.
I know, and I'm fucking buying it on PS4.
You're going to get it?
Yeah, I'm going to get it.
I'm definitely buying it on 2 consoles. I'm buying that on 2 consoles.
It's crazy, man.
So I can play the online with you and Pork Fork.
Oh. I'm definitely going to spend a lot more time in the single player.
I'm playing the
outright.
I'm playing the single player on the box.
Probably going to mainline it.
That's my first game. And then
as best as I can.
In late November when they come out with the online, I'll buy
the other version.
Yeah, I'll buy the other version.
Cool.
For you.
Very excited for it. It's looking.
I'll create my first online character on the PlayStation, because that's what I did. That's like a precedent. I did that with GTA.
All the people I believe in our Discord server will also be PlayStation.
Okay. Cool.
So if that helps,
yeah,
I'll probably be playing with them if they're doing the online.
We can grind that out. Yeah.
So that's Blackout, and cool. It's great. And I will be. I want to do all my Destiny stuff because I got a lot of that. I'm gonna back pocket Blackout probably this week, so I can do all the Destiny stuff. So I got it out of my system last night, played a whole bunch yesterday. That was pretty cool. I really love Battle Royale games. Like I really love the genre of it.
I appreciate people who do love the genre.
Yeah.
I would never go, that genre's a piece of shit.
No.
I would never say that. Like
I just think it's more compelling to me than a standard multiplayer Call of Duty match. Like
100%.
That doesn't seem. I mean, I played a few rounds of it.
I don't do either, but like I would never dispute that. Like it's way more interesting and tension filled to watch people play
the Battle Royale matches. Yeah,
like I watched you and Locke and everybody play PUBG periodically, and like
they're tense.
Yeah, like
the gunfights.
Way more entertaining to watch.
The gunfights mean something. You know, it just that's where I get like that excitement out of it. You know, but yeah, that's your Blackout update. I'll probably talk about it more later because otherwise the show will get very stale if we're talking about Assassin's Creed and Destiny all the time. You know what I mean?
I know.
Yeah. So let's talk about Red Dead Redemption because that's another game we're going to talk about a whole bunch.
Well, you had some news about you, and this kind of relates to a story we did a long time ago.
It is. We did talk about this on the show.
So we talked a long time ago. Did you confirm that I was right about that? Because I remember.
No, I didn't. I saw you said that, and then I looked at it and I was like, he's probably right.
I said that. This is in relation.
We should tell them what we're talking about.
So the story is that like Red Dead Redemption crew for Red Dead 2 have been working like
100-hour
weeks, right?
And this was in an interview with Dan Houser, who is the co-founder of Rockstar.
Dan and Sam Houser, two of my favorite people on earth.
Are they?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you disclosure. You have stock in Take-Two.
I have stock in Take-Two, and when I was in college, I wrote papers on Grand Theft Auto,
right,
and its relevance to society, to Americana, relevance,
and it has shaped very much a lot of.
It's shaped by and has now
impacted,
shaped, like the future of gaming, like the open world
craze. 3 was revolutionary,
right? But
that was a revolutionary
because
game.
The open world insanity started because of 3. We never had open world games really before 3.
No, you're right.
Other than like fucking Myst.
Yeah, Myst, man.
Yeah,
that was as open world as it got.
Yeah. Right.
Anyway, so this is during an interview with what was it? New York Magazine. It was an article about making of this game. Houser talked about working 100-hour weeks en route to completion for Red Dead 2, and this is in a area where crunch is like viewed as a very like negative thing, yet the companies do it all the time.
You mean crunch time?
Crunch time, like pushing your hours to get the project done.
Right.
I'm trying to think of other examples that have happened in the past, but I unfortunately can't think of any.
Well, I've told the anecdote on the show before, but I'll just reiterate it. When I was in college, I took a gaming theory class, like at Temple University, and a friend of mine was the person he was my professor at the time, and I got to know him over time. But he had a friend that he brought in from Red Storm, and Red Storm is North Carolina-based studio for Ubisoft that did all the Rainbow Six games.
Okay, yeah.
So
I know that name.
He came in to talk about what life is like in the gaming industry, and he basically said, "You guys don't want to work in the gaming industry." He's like, it's the worst hours. You'll never get any sleep. You'll work like crazy. You'll never maintain a relationship. Like he was saying all this harsh show shit,
Jesus.
talking about how, and he hates Metacritic now because Metacritic, when that came about,
That means,
like,
am I keeping my job?
Now they have to push to get above an 80 for every game. And if they don't get above an 80, then the fucking studio could fail.
Right.
You know, like there's like
Yeah,
all
and
kinds.
here
all
are we
kinds.
we're like assholes being like, oh, this game's
Oh my
garbage.
god! Can you believe this fucking like I got stuck in a tree and shit in this Assassin's Creed
And they're
3
like,
game?
and this guy's like, I lost sleep.
Yeah.
I lost my relationships. Like you know what I mean? Like,
So this was
to make that.
this was an expose interview with Dan Houser where he told that to a reporter,
yes.
which is really funny because to me, you know, with all their bad press in the past, it sounds like he's trying to get out ahead of it.
He came out with a second statement.
Well, okay, what was it?
He said, there seems to be some confusion arising from my interview with Harold Goldberg. The point I was trying to make in the article was related to how the narrative and dialogue of the game were crafted, which was mostly what we talked about, not the different processes of the wider team. After working on the game for 7 years, the senior writing team, which consists of 4 people, he names them, and myself, had, as we always do, 3 weeks of intense work when we wrapped everything up. 3 weeks, not years. We have all worked together for the last 12 years now, and we feel the need to get everything finished. So he's pretty much saying he's putting it on himself and the other writing team.
And well, this is what I was going to say. Like we're trying to connect this to the past negative story produced by an outside source,
which I actually was mentioned in this article. In 2010, Rockstar was preparing for the release of Red Dead Redemption 1. A group of spouses of employees at Rockstar San Diego, which were led the team on that game, and is on this one, wrote an open letter decrying the work conditions of the studio, claiming that they never saw their husbands.
Yeah, and that's what we reported on like a while ago.
This was this is definitely like a year or two ago.
We didn't report on it.
We just we talked about it.
I talked about reading that when I was in college, reading about like the horrible working conditions, the wives' letters and stuff like that. But the Dan Houser thing is illustrative of the fact that the two heads, Sam and Dan Houser, are some of the hardest working guys in the industry. I mean, like they're working with their teams when they're working, as I understand it.
They're hands-on.
Yeah, they're very hands-on to the process of the creation of the stories of the games. So like that's always impressed me about them. So I'm not surprised that he went out to kind of say like, but it does kind of like speak like he's trying to like put something out there in the world to get ahead of anyone talking about negative shit about
which this kicked up a lot of negative shit. Those comments caused people to go like, are you kidding me? Like your workers are like fucking
you're making all your employees work that hard?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think a lot of people are still going like, look, we need unions in video games. And like, for example, the article by Jason Schreier here, like he champions that every day. Like he's on Twitter going unionize game industry.
Yeah.
Just for sake of fairness of workers' rights. Like Telltale closing. They worked their butt off. They got their studio closed and they didn't have severance. They weren't even warned.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, Telltale was a really bad mess. It's a mess, man. But following up on that story, who's the creator of Walking Dead?
Of the show?
Yeah, no, the story. The who's the writer of it?
Oh, I don't remember his name.
The comic writer.
I know. Don't remember his name.
Damn it. What's his name, guys? Don't know.
He could be
Robert Kirkman.
Thank you. I was thinking his name was Dan.
About 2.5 years ago, he opened a studio. This is another semi-news related thing. He opened a studio, not Telltale. He opened another studio, and he was going to start his own like game side for his Walking Dead stuff. Mm-hmm. He acquired the Telltale game for Walking Dead, and they are going to complete the game under that studio.
Oh, good for him.
I think the idea is to rehire all the lost staff, but if I was one of those people, I don't know how I couldn't trust. I already have been out severance and my job and my insurance. you know, like just like my livelihood. I have already uprooted my life, and now I have to do it again for this to finish this game. It's a tough situation for everyone involved.
Yeah, I guess it really depends on that individual, whoever that might be, circumstance. Like if they really need a job,
Yeah.
then I'd take it. If I was in a bind and I needed a goddamn job.
The only people I don't feel bad for are the people that are like, finish the game. And I'm like, no. People gotta be taken care of first, you know?
Yeah.
It's okay if your game doesn't come out.
Right.
I never got the ending of Metal Gear Solid 5. All right? If I can live with that and not having Silent Hills,
you're going to be living with it.
I am living with it because it's never happening.
It's totally happening right now. You don't even realize it. It's
Death Stranding.
It's Death Stranding.
And I managed to bring up Death Stranding in an episode. Hey.
I'm telling you, the end of Metal Gear Solid 5 is going to be Death Stranding. It's all going to tie back to it, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the big news this week. The next thing, if you want to talk about it for a second, Sony had a really funny error this week on their network. Do you know about this?
Yeah, it said something to the effect of, if you receive this weird message, don't open it on your PlayStation.
Correct.
I don't.
Otherwise, it'll lock your PlayStation up, and you won't be able to like.
So the question is, do you actually open messages on your PlayStation? Because ever since they came out with the Baller app,
the mobile
that's
app,
all I ever use.
I don't use it on that anyway. But even if you received it, like let's say you're like watching a movie, or like you know what I mean, like if you're using your PlayStation for anything and you get the message,
if it comes into the message area of the
I believe it was crashing PlayStations. Yeah. And it was like this weird Unicode. You can see here, like it says like Juegas, which I believe is the feminine of eggs.
Well, let's see if I got it.
Don't check.
I can
Don't
check.
do it.
They said in the article that you can check from the PlayStation app.
Yeah, they said the fix was, we've since fixed the issue. It wasn't bricking consoles, just sending them into a crash loop that could be quickly fixed in under 5 minutes. Delete the message on the PlayStation mobile app, go into safe mode, and
I'm not even going to read the message. I'm going to see if I got it.
You didn't. I don't see it. But, yeah, this was kind of funny. Do you remember a few months ago, people on iOS devices had weird Unicode issues with messages they were receiving? Do you remember that?
Yeah, when there was like an I in front.
Yeah.
No, you would type an I and you would get like an A and like some symbol.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember.
That's what this reminds me of. But this was throwing a wrench into whatever system Sony had for their messaging or whatever.
Sony is
they're interesting.
They're an interesting company.
They also announced name changes will finally be available.
When?
There's a beta version that you can sign up for.
I love my name. It is my name.
I'm good. I got Neo Yoshi. That's like how this all started. That's how the Neo Yoshi started.
That's how Felix Hergood
PlayStation
started.
3, 2006, baby.
PlayStation. When I bought my first PlayStation, I got the God of War PlayStation 3.
Oh, shit.
It's right down there.
The red one.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Look at that.
That's
the slim. That's the slim.
God of War Edition Slim PlayStation 3. And when I got it, I set up my gamer tag at Felix Hergood.
But there are people out there with names like Bong Ripper 720.
And they were stuck with that.
And they're stuck with that. So there are people now who were like 12 when they got their PlayStation. And they're adults now with their library of games they purchased over the years.
Dirty Dick Suede 69. You can finally change your name on the PlayStation.
Congratulations. Jesus. And this is a good step. Apparently, their system, when they built it back in 2006 or whatever, they did not account. It was so bare bonesly structured, like they didn't have anything on the network, and they didn't have trophies. They didn't have these were all things they have like Frankensteined onto this system, and then it crashed in 2011. Remember the big month blackout of PlayStation. Of the Sony, there was a month where no one could get onto the network or play games.
Oh, that whole month I played on my Xbox. That's why I have both.
I remember that day fondly. I remember that day fondly because I was excitedly buying Portal 2. And I was ready to play it, the multiplayer with friends. And I couldn't do it because the network died for a whole month.
Bummer.
Yeah. That's another funny thing that came out of that. Was also when SOCOM came out. The last SOCOM game.
The one that everyone held and clung to for like a decade.
Not that one. This was going to be it was like SOCOM 4, I think. It was going to be a new...
What was the one that everyone clung to? It was like their favorite game, and then they finally killed the server, and everyone was like, what the fuck?
It was like the first one on PS3.
Yeah,
it came with the headset. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah. I don't remember the subtitle to it, but anyway, I believe that is what killed SOCOM effectively. because a multiplayer central game came out and no one could play it, and no one bought it because no one could play it. You know, like that was that. There go your first day sales. There go your first month sales. Like that's that.
Wow,
isn't that crazy? Sony is now catching up to Xbox, and now you can change.
Well, they do a couple of things way better with their system. I like the fact that because I'm a trophy hunter, I like the fact that I can like actually look at what the hidden trophies are.
Oh, so, it'll reveal it now.
Yeah, there's a reveal button.
That's a new PS4 thing.
Yeah,
that's new.
So you can hit the square and reveal what the hidden trophy is.
Why you hide them now?
What?
Then why hide them now? That's so weird. Oh, story spoilers. A lot of
right.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So I definitely spoiled like multiple story points of the Uncharted Lost Legacy, but I didn't care.
Nice.
I don't really care about video game spoilers. I only care about TV show spoilers. It never bothers me.
Would you care if I spoiled the end of Spider-Man for you?
Of what Spider-Man?
The game.
I already finished it.
If you didn't beat it.
That one, yeah. It seemed like I needed to.
God of War. Would you want me to spoil God of War for you?
Not really.
Case closed, people. He cares about spoilers.
But if somebody had, I wouldn't be pissed. I wouldn't ban them from my channel.
Oh, if they just like
if they blurred it out.
If I was in your channel.
Oh, by the way, you got to kill 9 Valkyries at the end of this. I would have been like,
that's
okay.
not a spoiler.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I mean, it's like a collectible. Got to collect all the Valkyrie kills.
The one who was hidden was the 9th. Because it says in your like collectible menu.
But what if someone was like, "Oh, this is where X happened to X," and you didn't get there yet?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really that.
If I was in your channel, I'd ban that person.
It really depends. You know what games I don't.
Ban
you know what games I don't want spoiled? The Sony like movie type games, like
God of War,
Last of Us. No, but God of War was gamey.
Oh, it was very gamey.
Yeah, it wasn't as it was cinematic.
Would you be upset if I spoil Red Dead for you?
Probably, because that's like a game where I'm anticipating wanting to see the surprises in the story. You know, I wouldn't wanted somebody to not. I wouldn't want somebody to have told me about the Trevor, like torture scene from like GTA 5.
I remember that, yeah.
Where Trevor tortures the shit out of somebody, like,
and he's just having a good old time.
I'm so uncomfortable whenever I play that scene. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Why did they put this in this game?
Damn, that's a weird note to end the show on.
Yeah. Torture is bad, people.
Torture is bad, people. I can't wait till Red Dead, which is probably going to have that.
But right now, we'll just sign off. We're good.
Is there any final words?
I don't think I had anything else to talk about, really. Like I said, I'm playing Red Dead this entire week. So if you
amping up for the
so
for
pop into twitch.tv/Felix Hergood or mixer.com/Felix Hergood and watch me play Red Dead all week.
Still, it holds up.
Oh my god!
Cool.
Oh my god, does it hold up?
Don't go deep right now.
I'm not.
Yeah, but I'm just like.
But it does, man.
You're having fun with it, like you would like anything.
Yeah, it's got the right amount of collectibles, and it's just got a really awesomely performed like story.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
the voice that is what I do remember
amazing.
about it.
Yeah,
and that ending of that game. I'm not going to spoil the first game, but
yeah,
it stuck with me for a very long time.
You know, I might even if I have time,
do the zombie stuff.
Yeah, I got the separate disc for Undead Nightmare, so I might do that as well.
This is like reason number 3 why I still have my PS3, because I have the Game of the Year edition of it with them both, and that's the only reason why I like that in the Metal Gear series. That's why my PS3 stays.
That's cool.
Anyway, so this is Neo Ayoshi.
Yeah, dude.
Signing off. You can find me at Twitter at Neo_Ayoshi. Twitch at twitch.tv/NeoAyoshi. No underscore there. I'm playing lots of Destiny and Blackout. Prepare for all that. I'll probably be streaming Red Dead. Like whenever I'm playing it, I'll just be on there playing it.
Yeah, you should be.
And stay tuned for more. I'm having stream problems.
Why?
Don't know. Performance issues since the raid last week and streaming Call of Duty yesterday.
With OBS?
With Streamlabs OBS, yeah.
Oh.
Getting stuttering. Lots of stuttering and frame droppage. Not dropped frames, just my frame rate goes down in the stream. Not
Weird.
Dropped frames. I'll work on it. Anyway, where can they find you, Felix?
Twitch.tv/Felix Hergood, Mixer.com/Felix Hergood, Felix Hergood on Twitter.
Felix Hergood, Felix Hergood,
Felix Hergood on Twitter.
Felix Hergood.
And then,
Just Google Felix Hergood, man.
yeah, just
find him everywhere.
You'll find me fucking everywhere. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, and you have a good week. See you next time.